Good morning. Calling the meeting of the Cuyahoga County Human Services Appointments and Equity Committee to order. Tuesday, April 1st, Zach Reed's birthday. I always get a kick out of April Fool's being Zach's birthday. Cuyahoga County Administrative Headquarters, C. Ellen Conley, Council Chambers, 4th floor. It's about 5 after 10. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
As a reminder to all in attendance, this meeting is being recorded and live streamed on the county's YouTube page. Calling the roll, Mr. Sweeney?
Present.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
Ms. Conwell?
Present.
Ms. Turner? Ms. Turner is absent at the moment. Mr. Hauser? Mr. Hauser is absent at the moment. You have a quorum.
Thank you. Just for the record, Ms. Turner called. She had a little something to do that was important, and she'll be here momentarily. Any public comment, madam?
No, Mr. Chair, no one has signed in.
Okay, we'd like to see if we can get the approval of the minutes of the March 18th meeting. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Thank you. With the motion a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No. The minutes are approved. Madam Clerk, would you please consider reading the matters referred to committee?
Resolution 2025-0116, adopting various changes to the Cuyahoga County non-bargaining classification plan.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I am Albert Bouchahine with the Personnel Review Commission. Before you for your consideration are modifications to the county's non-bargaining classification plan. Changes in departments' operational needs and routine maintenance necessitate the creation of one new classification, the update of one classification, and the deletion of 4 classifications. All modifications before you were prepared by the PRC Class and Comp staff, who has worked with the Department of Human Resources staff and agency management to ensure that they're fully informed of the proposed changes. In accordance with PRC rules, the proposed changes were posted on the PRC's website and prior to your consideration were approved at their March 5th, 2025 meeting. I thank you for your consideration and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Well, tell us a little bit about more of 1, 1, and 4.
Okay.
Please.
The Sustainability Development Program Coordinator is a new classification that was created based on the duties of a current incumbent in the Sustainability Department. That individual is in a generic program officer classification. So we take the opportunity when possible to create positions that are specific to positions that more accurately describe their duties than rather than just a generic across the board classification. So what will happen with this position once created is the Department of Human Resources will reassign that program officer to the position. It's the same pay grade. There'll be no change in compensation unless the Department of Human Resources decides to increase it. There will not be a reduction in pay.
Thank you for that. I'm going to just, how many program officers do we have within our ranks?
There's approximately 30 to 40 we've been able to create quite a few classifications that are specific to positions rather than throw them in these classifications that if you look at, nobody knows what they do. The majority.
I applaud you for getting it closer to 0.
And the majority are in HHS departments.
And with did it come from the recommendation from the director or from PRC just seeing the words program?
We took on this project to restart. It's an ongoing project we took on a couple of years ago where we identified all program officers throughout the county. We asked them to complete questionnaires. We reviewed them, and then we made recommendations to HR to get their buy-in into the process. There were some individuals that we thought were properly classified as program officers. There were some that we thought that we could build specific classifications for. So that's what brings this classification before you.
So you're the genesis of this particular piece of legislation, and you work with HR, and HR is fully supportive of it.
Correct.
As well as Department of Sustainability.
Yes, sir. And in addition to the program officers, we're also reviewing administrative officer and senior administrative officers because they exist in multiple departments. And again, we reviewed their questionnaires, and where we found an opportunity to create a specific position, we worked with HR to go ahead and do that.
Thank you. And just let the record show Councilwoman Meredith Turner is here. I appreciate the heads up. And Councilman Michael Hauser is here. Tell me a little bit about the second one.
Sure, Councilman, Mr. President, the manager of morgue operations and investigations is primarily a name change. This was requested by the medical examiner's office. There's an individual in this position. Their job won't be affected other than really the job title. Previously, this individual only oversaw the investigations and the morgue operations. They're taking on a little bit more of operations of the entire department. So it's really a name change to indicate that this person is taking on more than investigations and morgue operations. There's no change in pay grade in this classification, so we don't anticipate, unless HR deems it so, that the individual will get a pay increase.
And the last four, just so
And-
we have a fuller understanding.
Sure, Councilman. Every year when we do our routine maintenance, we look at classifications that have no incumbents. These are four of those classifications. We reach out and work with HR and the department management to see if they're vacant because they're in the process of hiring, or they are taking them out of their org chart. These classifications not only are vacant, but have been, we've been informed by Director Johnson and the CIO that they have no plans to fill any of these positions in the future, and that we can go ahead and delete them from the class plan. We also make them aware that if there is a need in the future, that we would go ahead and activate them. But we want to keep the class plan as clean as possible and not have classifications that are with no incumbents in them.
Thank you. We're just tidying up.
Just
keeping
class plan may add
a
tidying.
whole bunch of,
There'll be others that come before you, but in the same situation from other departments.
we just have a whole bunch of titles and classifications and employees, so keeping as tight as possible just makes for an easier management.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Fuller explanation, I do appreciate that. To my colleagues, are there any questions? Madam Vice President.
Through the chair to Albert, for the proposed new classifications, the Sustainable Development Program Coordinator, can you give us the top four? The director, can you put them in the order of?
My understanding is there is a director, there's a deputy director of sustainability, and then some lower level staff that are either program officers currently or an administrative position such as administrative assistant. There's a very small department. I don't even think they're, I don't know if they're, I think they are still actually Department of themselves. They're not under Public Works like the green
So where does this,
project.
where does the coordinator fall? So you got the director, the deputy.
It would be right under
director.
the deputy director. This position reports directly to the deputy director.
Because I remember us talking, I think in budgets, that they wanted to hire a deputy director, but the program coordinator was just a change of the classification, right?
Of the current program officer that's there, yeah, they'll just be reassigned to a different title.
Okay, so we won't have program officers anymore.
Well, there will be situations where program officers fit, but there's also opportunities to create specific classifications that are better reflect their duties. So in this particular position, their main responsibilities, their essential functions have to do specifically with sustainability. So rather than title them as a generic program officer, we're creating a position more suitable for them.
And then my other question would be, does PRC keep a record of the deleted classifications in case we ever need to have them again?
Mr. Chairman, to Councilwoman Conwell, yes, we do. We track anything that comes before you, whether it's new, revised, or deleted, and we go back quite a few years. So if you ever need us to provide you that information, we can.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any Councilwoman, Madam Chairwoman?
Through the chair, Mr. Bouchahine, good morning.
Morning.
Of the deleted classifications, do we have an estimated cost savings?
Madam Councilwoman, there are no anticipated cost savings because there's no incumbents in these positions. And the department has indicated that they have no intention to fill these positions in the future. So we're just tidying up the class plan and eliminating classifications where there's no incumbents in them.
Okay, and for anything that was absorbed, the employee that is absorbing those duties, did their compensation change?
Well, for example, the SAP ABAP programmer, we got rid of the SAP program, so there's no need to have the programmer. Another example is the manager of project management. What had happened, that had been vacant since 2020, actually. The administration created an unclassified position, administrator of project management. So that administrator absorbed these duties and some additional duties as well.
Okay, thank you for clarifying.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Just one quick one. Through the chair to Albert, are any proposed classification changes for HHS coming up?
I'm sure they will. We have a PRC meeting tomorrow, so it's quite possible. I'm not 100% sure, but I can tell you the short answer is yes, whether it's next month or in a couple of months. I
Can
don't
you
know.
reach out to me as soon as you know?
Sure, absolutely.
Thank you very much. Any other questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
So moved.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Resolution 2025-0116 stands approved to move forward.
Thank you.
Albert.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, can we clarify if this is for second reading or second reading suspension?
No second reading suspension is necessary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, please proceed.
Resolution 2025-0119, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Arthur B. Hill to serve on the Cuyahoga County Corrections Planning Board for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Chris Alvarado on behalf of the County Executive, pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 5149 and Section 6.04 of the Cuyahoga County Charter. We're here to recommend the reappointment of Arthur B. Hill. We are requesting a second reading suspension, please.
Welcome again.
Good morning.
Let me hear it short and sweet, and you do a great job, and we'll get you out of here.
Appreciate it. My name is Arthur B. Hill III. I'm also known as Bo Hill, and I'm the Executive Director for the Salvation Army's Harbor Light Complex. We provide a host of services. Typically, I stand before you for homeless matters, but today I'm standing before you for community corrections matters. I'm actually the halfway house representative on the board, and I've been a prior president of the Ohio Community Corrections Association. I currently sit on the International Community Justice Association, and I strongly believe that providing the right intervention to the right person at the right time can address a lot of the criminogenic needs that they have.
Absolutely, and we couldn't agree more. Thank you for your service. Are there any questions? Hearing none, keep up the great work, and
God bless you.
may I have a motion?
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Resolution 2025-0119 stands approved as read. Continue with your day.
Thank you, and God bless you.
How about second reading, excuse me.
Second
Under
reading suspension.
Yeah, we're all good with that.
Thank you.
Please proceed.
Resolution 2025-0120, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Dean P. Jenkins to serve on the Cuyahoga County Corrections Planning Board for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
Welcome, Dean.
Good morning. How is everyone this morning?
We're good. Thank you.
Thank you. My name's Dean Jenkins. By day, I am the Chief Probation Officer for Cleveland Muni Court. It's been my honor since 2006 to supervise the DIET program, which is the Domestic Intervention Education and Training Program, or Batters Intervention Program, ran by Cleveland Muni Court, which is why I've been selected to serve on this committee as one of the recipients of funds and whatnot, so that we can continue to operate. And much like Bo and I go back several years, I do have a strong conviction that in the belief of rehabilitation, and if we can intervene and make things right in this particular occasion, we can make one household and one victim safer, one person at a time.
Awesome. Just like the previous candidate, you're perfect for this job. Are there any questions? Hearing none, keep up the good work.
Thank
If you
you.
want to take a slow walk back to the probation department, enjoy the time away. It's a recommendation from the chairman.
Thank you.
Second reading under suspension.
Yes, please, Mr. Chair.
Do I have a motion for second reading under suspension?
So move.
There's been a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Our resolution 2025-0120 stands approved to move forward as second reading suspension. Madam Clerk, please continue.
Resolution 2025-0121, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Suzanne E. Hamilton to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term March 10th, 2024 through March 9th, 2027.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Chapter 1724 and Section 6.04 of the Cuyahoga County Charter, we're here to recommend the reappointment of Ms. Suzanne E. Hamilton for the March 10th, 2024 to March 9th, 2027 term for the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation. We are requesting a second reading suspension, please.
Thank you. Susan E. Hamilton, welcome. And
Thank you. Again, I'm Suzanne Hamilton. I'm a Senior Vice President with Erie Bank, Community Bank, now in Cleveland. And I've been in the banking industry for 34 years, primarily the commercial real estate lending area, and have been happy to serve for 2 years so far on CCCIC Board of Trustees.
Short and sweet. You like it?
I have a few of my peers and a great group of people. I do.
And you do a great job because all we do is hear
Oh,
nothing.
thank you.
Except when you hear nothing, you know you're working well.
Appreciate that.
Any questions? Suzanne, just chill for a second, Madam Vice President.
Through the chair to Mr. Alvarado, how many are appointed on this board by the county?
Through the chair to the councilwoman, one moment, please. I knew you were going to ask this question. I should have had this ready for you. I know that we have 5 folks who are up for renomination currently. One moment, please. Might ask for a lifeline. May I help? Yes, I'm going to call a lifeline for, thank you.
Councilman Paul Herdig, Department of Development. Total membership of the board is 11. By its written establishing documents, 6 of those are to be private industry and 5 are to be county officials. All of the 11 are appointed by the county executive and confirmed by council and then accepted by the board itself.
Not a question, but a comment. I know that Trevor Meckley is one of those fine individuals that you referenced, right? I think Trevor's our representative to the board.
He says no.
No, not this one.
That's the convention
oh.
one.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I just wanted to pick on Trevor this morning. I got it.
So through the chair to Madam Councilwoman, as described, there are 5 essentially ex officio members that serve, that are county class. Those members are Debbie Berry, Sarah Parks Jackson, Michael Chambers, Susan Infeld, and Naila Bird. Currently, none of them are up for renomination. The earliest those terms end will be next year. So at this point, we are setting up the reconfirmations for all of the private sector class individuals, which include Ms. Suzanne Hamilton.
Ms. Hamilton is, through the chair, are there different committees or anything on, for this board? Do you have different committees or anything?
Oh, any industry. I'm a past president of Commercial Real Estate Women. I serve as a member of the Urban Land Institute on their Women in Leadership Institute. I'm on the DEI committee of my bank.
We were just thinking about the CCIC. Are there subcommittees?
No,
You just have one board and you do your
Correct.
business. And through, you can sit there, Paul. It's just the executive affirmed by council, but you said something about you have to be welcomed by the board. Can they veto us?
Bylaws, the board takes its own vote to accept the person. This is a formality. The board has never rejected someone that the county has sent.
And thank you, and I'd like to look at that, because in the future, that's some very significant authority, because they can say no if it's written in there. So I want to, we'll talk about it later. Susan, I'm taking your time up.
You're okay.
You have any questions for us?
I don't. I didn't have the pleasure of coming in here when I was first nominated because of, I assume, the post-COVID kind of thing. So it's a pleasure being here. Thank you.
Well, you're just wonderful. Any other questions?
Through the chair, what is your meeting schedule?
We meet on a Thursday morning once a month. We hold that spot in the event that there's been a loan submission, or in the event if we're going to do a portfolio management review, which we should be doing pretty soon. So once a month.
Okay, would it be possible to observe that meeting? Or one of-
Open to
one
the
of your
public, right?
meetings?
Like all meetings.
Okay. Thank you.
I think Ben's going to keep us in the loop on that, Madam Chairwoman.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none. Second reading suspension. Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, please.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Resolution R2025-0121 stands approved to move forward under second reading suspension. Madam Clerk, would you please continue with the agenda?
Resolution 2025-0122, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Michael Obie to serve on the Cuyahoga County Community Improvement Corporation Board of Trustees for the term January 2nd, 2025 through January 1st, 2028.
And Mr.
Michael,
Ch-
welcome. Same thing?
Yes, please.
Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
morning.
My name is Michael Obie. I'm the president and CEO of UBiz Venture Capital. I'm also an entrepreneur here in the community. I was a former banker for 17 years, 10 years at KeyBank as senior vice president, where I've held different corporate banking and around small business segment at KeyBank for a few years. I think this is my 6th year on the board, where we, similar to Susan, where we look at different loan requests for development opportunity that create jobs in the community. So it's been a pleasure serving on that board.
Thank you. Do you think when you get to 10 years, they'll give you a pin?
I hope so. Yeah, but it's been a joy. I also serve on the Huntington Convention Center board that
What
the
I was thinking
councilwoman was
about.
talking about. Yes, yes.
Well, thank you. This is a rock-solid board. Any questions? Hearing none, just keep up the great work, and we're very thankful that you're taking the time.
Please add my name.
Michael, excuse me.
Please add my name.
Please add Michael, our Councilman Hauser's name,
And Turner.
and Turner, and Gallagher. Why not all of us? Perfect. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to move forward second reading?
So moved.
There's been a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. R2025-0122 stands approved as read for second reading.
Is that second reading suspension?
Suspension. When I say second reading, is I'll say suspension in the future, so it's, the clarity is there.
Thank you. Next item, Resolution 2025-0123 is being held. Mr. Neville was unable to attend this morning's meeting.
Absolutely. That's a understanding, and we'll work on trying to make folks' application process and review process as smooth as possible. Please continue.
Resolution 2025-0124, confirming the county executive's reappointment of Catherine N. Belk to serve on the City of Cleveland, Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board for the term July 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2027.
Let's hear what you have to say, Mr. Director Alvarado.
Thank you. So on behalf of the county executive, we're pleased to recommend the reappointment of Ms. Catherine N. Belk to the Workforce Development Board for the term described, July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2027. We do not need a second reading suspension for this.
Thank you, Catherine N. Belk. You got a big smile and you're excited, so welcome. Please tell us what you want to tell us.
Hi, good morning. My name is Kathy Belk.
I'm president and CEO of the Deaconess Foundation, and it's such an honor to be here today with you and to be nominated by the county executive to continue serving on the board of Greater Cleveland Works, which is also the Cleveland-Cuyahoga County Workforce Development Board. Just by way of background, the Deaconess Foundation, which I lead, is 100% focused on improving workforce development services and the workforce ecosystem for Cuyahoga County residents and for employers. The Deaconess Foundation is the largest private grant maker in workforce development in the county. We support about 30 nonprofit organizations annually who support residents in helping them be educated or trained into careers that offer well-paying jobs and meet the demands of our employers. And we also support organizations which help employers to have great paying jobs and to have those jobs filled. I often partner with the county.
And party.
Partner with county. And I would say that Paul and Vaughn, who are here today, are some of my most important partners guiding the work of the Deaconess Foundation and other collaborations that we do together. And it's really an honor to work with such professionals. My last comment is just that I've served on this board since February 2021. I couldn't be more excited about the trajectory of this board. It is incredibly well positioned to better serve residents and better serve employers in the coming years, while also helping to address some of our broader community needs that we haven't even really had a chance to address. So it's been a lot of fun to work with Michelle Rose and her team over on the board, and to also work with Paul Herdig, who is another fellow board member. And I'd appreciate the opportunity to continue to serve. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Very good. First, thank you. Deaconess is forever partner, doing a whole bunch of good stuff and having a tremendous impact. And the way you described the board, in regards to very positive, productive. I'm a little bit familiar with my past. It wasn't always that way. And it had some conflict in regards to the county city stuff. But it was designed to be productive and beneficial to our residents. And it's so wonderful to hear that it's absolutely working the way it was designed. So thank you for that. And thank you for committing your time since February of 20, whatever you said. Any questions?
Yes.
Madam Chairwoman?
Or maybe it's more of a comment. Can you talk about any opportunities or challenges that you that you see in this space, and any successes?
Yes. So in terms of opportunities, I'll start with that. One of our greatest opportunities is that we want to enable residents to earn more money. We have about 60% of Cuyahoga County residents who are currently earning what we would call a family sustaining wage or less. That's the majority of residents here. And the Greater Cleveland Works organization is very focused on identifying ways that we can help people improve their skills, which makes them more promotable, which allows them to earn a greater wage. So we have every intention of doing that. We want to do that more, though, and support more residents in that goal. In terms of successes, one of the things that I will highlight is work that Michelle has done in partnership with the county and with the city around addressing our behavioral workforce, particularly for youth. There's a youth behavioral workforce task force that she has led because we don't have enough behavioral health workers supporting young people, whether those are really infants and young children or school-age children. We want to make sure that all of the young people who live in our county have access to the mental health services that they need and deserve, and we need more people to enter into that field. So she has led a collaboration that is going to have some great successes in the coming months that we'll hear about in terms of increasing the visibility of those jobs and making them more attractive to not only enter into, but continue to work within.
Last question. There's been a lot of conversation lately about NASA and the aerospace industry. And I was wondering, do you all work to expand opportunities in a space like that?
Yes, that's a really exciting opportunity. NASA, of course, the expansion of NASA would be incredible. Even if that doesn't happen, the aerospace industry offers many jobs that are what we would consider living wage jobs. Lots of those are available for people who don't have access to a 4-year college education. So they're really great jobs for any resident who is interested to work in that place. And what I love about that geography is that it's accessible by public transportation, so people can get to those jobs. I know that Greater Cleveland Works, the Workforce Board, has done a number of job fairs in the last year or year and a half in that area to make sure that the employers there are sharing what those good jobs are, and they're able to connect to the residents who are interested in that work and are able to secure that employment.
Well, and then I'll just conclude with thanking you again for clearly your passion for this work and your enthusiastic commitment to service.
Thank you very much. Second reading, right? So, no, I forgot. You're wonderful. Keep up the good work. And
Thank you.
is there a motion to move this forward to the second reading?
So moved.
There's been a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. It moves forward. So thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Would you please add my name to the
Please
chair?
add my name as well. R2025-0124 stands approved as read for second reading. R2025-0125 has been requested by the administration to be held or removed. The individual has a condition of living in Cuyahoga County, and after due diligence, it was discovered, and Mayor Jones will come up with another recommendation for an alternate in the near future, and it was just an oversight, and we look forward to Mayor Jones and what she wants to do, because she does a tremendous amount of good work in the county and her city. Is there any miscellaneous business? Hearing none, I want to thank my committee members for their attention and great questions. This meeting stands adjourned. Ta-da.